and welcome to the Under-16 Australian Junior National Championships. It's medal day, bronze medal game between Queensland North and SA Metro up here in beautiful Darwin in the Northern Territory. When the borders reopen, make sure you get up here, check out some of the beautiful sights up on screen right now. Truly one of the most beautiful places in the world, let alone Australia. Come and check it out when you can. Liam Ellison here alongside Jenny Screen. Jenny, how are you?
Well, I'm jealous that I'm not up in that beautiful weather and sitting courtside watching these teams go at it, but excited for this bronze medal game between Queensland North and SA Metro.
Should be fun. Both teams played in a state rivalry semi-final. Queensland North lost to Queensland South, and SA Metro, in a bit of an upset, fell to SA Country yesterday. Did you manage to catch any of them?
I did. I called the SA Metro SA Country game live last night, and it was an exceptional second half, and SA Country just didn't go down wondering in actual fact, and it was a huge upset considering they have 8 bottom age girls, and no doubt SA Metro are just licking their wounds this morning, but they still have a potential chance to win the bronze medal here, and they go into this game with a little bit of confidence considering in the rounds they beat Queensland North by 20 points.
Wow, that's a big result indeed. Hannah Gardner led the way in that one with 18 points in that loss to SA Country, and well, for Queensland North it was an 11-point defeat to Queensland South, and Monique Babongi, who we called, she was absolutely unbelievable a couple of days ago with 33 points, just the 9 in that one, so quieting down a little bit, and 0 of 5 from beyond the arc, Jenny, so we wonder if we'll see her come to life from long range today. Yeah,
I think, she's the type of caliber player that will be able to bounce back, and it's always hard when you're playing your own state, different mindset, different psyche, and always hard coming up against the rival of the South. They're normally a lot stronger in the female competition. Interestingly, SA Metro is starting their bottom ager, Coco Hodges, today, so big opportunity for her, and Gardner's going to be coming off the bench. So an interesting call there by Lynn Holland, but no doubt it's for a matchup reason.
Eva Petkovic and Bliss to contest the tip here. And SA come away with the first tip straight inside. Tapped it back out and they keep possession. South Australia with chance for the first bucket. Corner 3 goes up. Little strong, and Bliss will run out of bounds. Giving Babongi any space, forcing it out of her hands. Bond, one of the important players for Queensland North as well. Say Metro with some good defence here. Babongi. There's a 3-throw line, Jay. Stop for the South Australians. Now SA Metro pulls up from the elbow. First bucket's good for the South Australians.
Nice little elbow jump shot there from Griga. Sienna, she's normally averaging around that 17 points per game. Yesterday in the semi-final, she was really quiet, shut down quite well by SA Country.
Bond nearly found a path to the hoop, and Fraser finishes it off. Here's a 3-ball opportunity. Nearly fell in the end from Griga. Unnecessary foul. That'll be on the captain for South Australia, Chelsea Portis.
It's really interesting, the starters for both teams from Queensland North and SA Metro. Nice to see Annie Francis coming in and playing in that power forward position, and also they've got Ellis coming in as well, which is really nice. Sorry, Charlie Bliss, I should say, as well, coming in.
Bucket there for Claire Fraser. She's got the first couple of field goals now for Queensland North. Averaging 11 points and 4.5 rebounds per game this tournament. Nice pass inside and missing on the lay-in. Just ripping the ball out there. Did well in the end was Petkovic.
big fan of this kid. You know, she hasn't been around long in the game of basketball, but, you know, really long athlete and improving rapidly. So I'm intrigued to see how she's going to develop over the next couple of years for SA Metro.
6 points, 6.5 boards this tournament in just 18 minutes of action. Got a big role today here in the bronze medal game. 2 of 2 on that trip. Babongi directing traffic, hands it over to Bond. Francis into the starting lineup today. Fraser comes with a screen. Babongi mishandles. She's got to dish it off. In fact, she'll fire. Babongi, late shot clock too.
I was really going to say great defense there by Chelsea Porter. She did everything she could to contain Babongi, but she just found a way and wasn't able to wall up close enough in that last possession, which gave Babongi her first points of the game.
Pekovic and Babongi got tangled up. Jump ball, so SA Metro another chance. Hodges cuts inside. Offensive foul.
She might have shimmied a little bit to her right. I don't know how much more Constantopoulos could have been stationary in terms of her feet, but it's really hard to tell from this angle.
Straight back into Bond. SA Metro crowd vocal. Babongi baseline, stepping back inside. Oh, lovely move. Babongi with a couple of quick buckets early. Wide open corner three, makes them pay.
Love the footwork of Sienna Griga. Nice job by Coco Hodges to find a teammate on that baseline whip pass. But Griga does a great job of setting her feet on the airtime of the catch. She's in great position, which just allows her shot to have a really quick release and some nice fluency about it.
Fraser. Now she drives baseline, and Queensland North causing the South Australians some trouble here the last few possessions. Hodges. Shot clock at single digits, and in fact she'll step back and pop it. Fraser and Constantopoulos get tangled up. Last touched SA. High scoring opening few minutes here. Bond hands it off to Francis. Back out to Babongi. They'll restart now, Queensland. Babongi will just fire from almost court to court. Bliss nearly came up with it. Now Hodges to the hoop for South Australia.
Doing a great job, really embracing this opportunity in a final. In fact, the bronze medal game is Coco Hodges lapping up all the opportunity that her coaches are putting the confidence into her to be able to start in this game.
Bliss follows her own miss. Good defense, though, from Pekovic. Again, trying to turn defense into offense. Pekovic all the way for two.
Nice little 6-point run here by SA Metro. For a moment, you thought Queensland North were just holding the momentum a little bit, but just some really good stops on defense and then some transition buckets have really allowed SA Metro to find their feet in this first quarter.
Oh, Babongi just using that athleticism. What a take. She'll have a chance for one more.
This kid is good, isn't she? I mean, we watch her, we've watched her all tournament, and she just comes up with the goods and the buckets when her team needs her, it seems. She might have struggled yesterday, which you alluded to, but nice to see her bounce back so early in this first quarter of the bronze medal game.
Time out on the floor. Queensland North with a 1-point lead here halfway through the first. And we spoke about Monique Babongi. She's at 19 points and 9.5 rebounds, 4 dimes as well in the tournament. So truly been one of the standouts, I think. And maybe going forward, someone to watch for the BA pathways, Jenny.
Oh, absolutely. Babongi, you know, it's hard to tell when you're missing another, 5 teams that should be competing in, you know, New South Wales teams, Victorian, and then obviously ACT. So it's hard to gauge. You watch and you think these players are great, and no doubt Babongi is, and she'll be definitely on the depth chart. She's a national level player, in my opinion, and I'm sure the high performance coaches of Queensland have her there as well. But she's just really great to watch. She's got great poise. She's got great IQ, and her athleticism, she really plays that advantage to her really, really well.
Babongi and Fraser, leading scorers so far for Queensland North. They've got 6 apiece. And for SA Metro, it's Griga with 5. Pretty high scoring, opening 5 minutes.
I'd love to see Tiana Bond come out and dominate this game. I feel like she started the tournament really well and has just drifted off the radar just a little bit, you know, whether that be from a confidence point of view or just in terms of the rotations within the team and not finding the ball. But, you know, she was averaging some really good points and around 17 points per game and even 9 rebounds. Huge stats, really. Let's see if she can be a next factor today for the North.
Bliss somehow comes up with it. Here's Jensen into the ball game. Fraser running out of space. SA come up with the stop. Hannah Jensen, point guard off the bench for this Queensland team. Hasn't put up big numbers necessarily, but really, really useful player in that so reliable and general in the offense, I find, off the bench for Queensland North. Here she is. Bliss comes with a screen for Babongi. We know she's got that step back. Oh, that's a risky pass, and SA make them pay. Maroon jerseys ahead, though. Hodges tries to go all the way herself. And that'll be a foul on Salandra, who's come off the pine for the first time this afternoon. Jensen runs into a couple of white jerseys, needs to dispose of it. Fraser. Nearly worked out there for Queensland North. Now Babongi from the corner.
She's having a sensational first quarter, 9 points right now to lead all scorers in this game.
Hodges. Nice pass into a cutting teammate. Couldn't come up with it. Konstantinopoulos a little off on that occasion. Babongi, we know she likes to push the pace. Inside to Bliss. Turns around and finishes. Queensland North now with a run of their own. Portis hands it over to Salandra. Oh, crafty finish.
Really nice little up fake and then, you know, into a crossover and a Euro step to find the basket on the left-hand side. She was really effective for her team yesterday and throughout the rounds coming off the bench. But
Bliss gets it up and in.
But the D-Trans for SA Metro has to really pick up if there are any chance of staying in this game.
Oh, Babongi just tapped it out. Another steal for her. Oh, what a pass inside. Babongi flips it back into Bliss. She's everywhere at the moment. Fraser. She'll just fire Babongi. Oh, my goodness. This first quarter from Monique Babongi is much of the same from what we saw a couple of days ago, Jenny. She's everywhere. 12
points. She's got, you know, over half of her team's points. Interesting, SA Metro have only made 1 sub this quarter. I know that the depth is probably challenged, but for me right now, you've got to maybe try something new, try something different, inject some other girls into this game to see if they can bring something to what is lacking in this SA Metro lineup at the moment.
Hodges Back outside. Now Hodges will fire for three. Straight into the arms of Babongi, and they do not want the ball in her hands. SA Metro. Step back. Another three ball. Heat check for Babongi. Slams off the backboard, though.
Not a bad shot to take. Imagine if that one had gone down, we would have been talking about it forever. But a nice break in play, a necessary timeout here for SA Metro just to weather this storm and this momentum swing and run that Queensland North are going on. They've got to find something. I feel like the energy and the body language is just lacking right now. And considering they beat in the rounds, you know, Queensland dominated, actually, sorry, SA dominated and beat them by 20. I'm surprised they've come out this way.
Well, Babongi, we've sung her praises plenty so far. 12 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, and she's already got 5 boards and 3 assists as well. So she's been everywhere, we know that.
Well, she's definitely on a triple-double watch, that's for sure. But equally, as someone from SA Metro, Portis was trying to do a job early on, but someone has to lock her up. You know, deny her full court, don't let her bring the ball up, allow someone else that opportunity and responsibility in the half court, face guard her, make her life living hell. You know, 15 points or 12 points is just too many in a quarter of under 16 basketball.
Shooting 62% from the field as a team, Queensland North. Red hot so far through the opening 9 minutes or so. SA Metro need a response. Hodges slowed up. Passing just a little bit too hot in the end.
The back door and the recognition of the overplay was a great decision by Constantopoulos. Just didn't hit the target. Did Coco Hodges there. But a really important passage in the next, 75 seconds for SA Metro. They need to get a couple of stops and hopefully generate some points on the offensive end.
Jensen finds her way free and hands it back to Babongi. Here's Evans into the ball game off the bench today. Johnson as well into the game for the first time. And she mishandles it. Salandra hands it over to Portis. Back to the, million and one play there. Salandra will go to the line for 2.
Nice job there. Some, good ball movement around the bucket. Then a nice cut from Salandra to get herself to the foul line for the second time this quarter.
Played a big role off the bench this tournament, Georgina Salandra. 10 points, 7.5 boards. 20 minutes of game time. Yeah,
she's done really well. She's a West Adelaide Bearcat junior. 3-4, probably going to have to shift more into that 2-3 spot as she goes in her path in this basketball journey. But long athlete and really deceptive, and being left-handed always is hard to defend at times. So,
in fact, there is a turnover. Couple of shaky moments for Queensland North, and pushing it all the way to the hoop. And one. Big time play.
Great job, kiddo. She's been a factor for them, and obviously the last 2 points at the rim, obviously the foul line, and now that steal converting to a 3-point play. She's putting the girls or her teammates on her shoulders right now and just giving them the energy that they need heading into this quarter-time break.
Missing on that attempt, but Salandra, nice couple of possessions for her. Here's Bond. Back out there for Queensland. Flips it over to Watson. Getting some big minutes here in the bronze medal game. Evans somehow keeps a hold of it. Tapping it out though is Portis.
Interesting we haven't seen Gardner yet. come into the game for SA. I wonder if she's injured, because she was huge in their game last night in the semi-final. I thought did an exceptional job in a losing outfit. So I'm just wondering if she's a bit under the weather, and the reason why we haven't seen her thus far.
Portis. Oh, banked in from the top. SA Metro back within 3. And that'll do it for the end of one. Queensland North 22, lead SA Metro 19. It's been a game of runs so far, Jenny, and all of a sudden, after Queensland North opened out to a 9-point margin, 1-possession ball game.
Well, didn't SA Metro need that? It almost looked like this one was going to blow out in the later stages of that first quarter, but credit to the likes of Portis and also Georgina Salandra. You know, they pretty much put the team on their back and were able to go from a 10-point deficit into just being down by 4 points, which is 4 points, 3 points, somewhere around there, 3 points, which is a credit to them. And hopefully now they're going to hold on to this momentum at the start of the second, but now it's up to Queensland North to see what they can find and adjust.
And here's Monique Babongi as well. How about a first period for her?
Well, she's definitely on that triple-double watch that we mentioned in the first quarter. And it's only the first quarter, which is the most amazing thing. And she's already piling on the stats. The statisticians are having to work hard up there in Darwin today for her. If she's not knocking down the long three, and we're talking, she's got some NBA range to her long shot, but she's also great at putting the ball to the floor. Loves to go right. I'd love to see SA Metro force her to her left hand, but you know, defensively as well, she's a powerhouse. She's just everywhere right now. Incredible to watch, and Queensland North are pretty much here today, I would say, because of one of the main reasons being Monique Babongi.
Yeah, she can score from anywhere on the floor, just about. Babongi, so much fun to watch. SA Metro, Salandra with 5 is the leading scorer, along with Sienna Garriga. And both teams shooting the ball well as well in this one. Still 62% from the field for Queensland, 41 for SA Metro. Just the 6 team rebounds, though, for South Australia. Wonder if that advantage will continue to be an issue for them.
Well, the good thing, though, there is Queensland North don't have any offensive... well, they've got, actually, sorry, excuse me, they've got 4 offensive rebounds, so that's something they might want to clean up. They're always going to have a few more rebounds, because at the start of the game, SA Metro weren't shooting that great on the offensive end, so that's always going to allow the opportunity to get some more boards. But the nice thing was that the turnovers were pretty clean in that first 5 minutes of the game, and then as we clocked into the last 3 or 4, Queensland went from 2 to 6. So no doubt that's something, an area they want to clean up as well.
Portis hands it back out. Found her way through, but couldn't finish in the end. Jensen trying to find a lane. Here's Tayana Bond. Watson getting some big minutes here. Bond will step back and fire. Johnson now for Queensland. So SA come up with a crucial stop. Bond's got in there though and tries to put it back up in. So close for Queensland North. Coco Hodges taking it to the rack, and she draws contact. I
really like this kid. What I saw of her yesterday in the semi-final and then again today, really composed for someone of her age. You know, we've got to remember that she's only 14, just turned 14, and to step up into the starting lineup and playing big minutes and contributing is just, you know, exciting for SA Metro, especially for 2022 when she's potentially going to make the team as a top ager.
Found an angle in there, Hodges just couldn't finish. Watson back out to Fraser. Well defended by South Australia. Tried to push the issue. Johnson got a hand in there for the Queenslanders. So now Bond running points for Queensland. Fraser thought about the triple. Pump fake worked, floated just a little short. And it looks as though Queensland had a foot on the line there.
They've had some good looks, Queensland North. They just have to keep persisting with it. You know, they've had some great penetration and then some offensive boards led by Tan and Bond, but just can't put the ball in the rim at the moment. But good positive signs at the start of this second quarter.
Bond doing her best to slow down Hodges. Has to kick it off. Early wing three. Bond did well. Now for Bongi. She loves these fast break situations, and South Australia keeping it honest. It'll stay with Queensland. Did well there though to force the jump ball. Wilson will head to the bench for a break. Fraser. Watson, she can fire, and she stepped out of bounds.
Would have been a nice little three to add to their scoreline, but again, it's kind of been the talk of the tournament, and if it isn't the travels and the footwork of the players, it's stepping out of bounds, which has been pretty poor across the board in all teams, both male and female.
Hodges. Too long. Good defense, Queensland North.
Really good there. Nice adjustment for Queensland North just to get up and in and be really disruptive with Coco Hodges. You know, obviously being a bottom major, but Tanea Bond did a really good job there, turning her a few times in that backcourt to push into violation for SA Metro.
Watson hands it inside to Bond. Now wide open is Fraser. She can go to the hoop and draw contact. Just as the shot clock was expiring.
Yeah, very, very lucky. She should have taken that three. At least, you know, give herself the chance to knock it down, or her teammates to get on the offensive glass. They've got some size out there at the moment, but either way, she, on the buzzer, shall we say, of the shot clock, was able to draw a foul.
So Claire Fraser takes care of business. First points this period for either team.
The lefty going left.
All the way to the hoop. No one got a stop on the ball. And she said, thank you very much.
Yeah, not sure Queensland's North coaches will be happy with that one. But on the other hand, Lynn Holland will be happy with the effort, both defensively and the push from her team, SA Metro, at the moment.
Hodges again, so back-to-back transition buckets. Risky pass from Bond. South Australia pick it off. Griegel will slow it up. Out to Pekovic. Another 3-ball for SA Metro. 7-0 run.
I'm sure they're questioning where was this yesterday when they were playing their state counterparts in SA country, but a nice little run in this last couple of minutes from SA Metro. Now can Queensland North respond?
Hodges did enough to stop for Bongi, stepping back for three. Pekovic. South Australia, really nice couple of minutes for them. 3-ball from the top. Already had one back shot go in, not that time. Chance to take a deep breath for Queensland North. Over to Fraser. Not sure what happened there. Miscommunication between Watson and Fraser.
Queensland North just look a little bit lost offensively, and probably need some much-needed subs that I think are coming in right now. There was a couple of girls sitting on the sidelines for a couple of minutes there, but Just need to get some better ball movement. Probably get Babongi on the right-hand side of the court. She loves to penetrate right rather on the left, and maybe get into some isolation or some pick and roll action. And let's see what they can come up with.
Now Portis. Risky pass. It's come off, though. Babongi. South Australia do well. Indeed, trans. Babongi, she'll step back now and fire! Cannot miss from long range this tournament, Babongi. Queensland will retake the lead off that bucket.
Oh.
Nearly comes up with a steal.
And you know what I love about her? She never seems to be flustered. She's got this great character about her on the court. She's seems to be a really good team player in her approach. Her body language is always great, and she's always relentless, which is really, really nice to see.
Portis insta Constantopoulos, and just off the knee in the end of Portis. Turnover. South Australia have done a pretty good job of looking after the ball up until that, just the 5 turnovers. Babongi hands it off to Bond. And SA see that off. Here's Portis pushing ahead. Last touch, Queensland.
Right idea. I love the push. Just needed a little bit more composure. She's just going to perhaps she pushed really early, then slow up the tempo as she had Grieger there for the kick on the 3, which would have been nice.
Straight inside. Nice inbound play. Just rolled out. Bongi once again leading this offensive threat. Francis nails the 3-pointer.
And we know that she's capable of doing that as Francis. Good front to bucket. She does have some size on her. She's quite tall, you know, at 182. She is the sister of current Opal and power forward Kayla Francis. So we know Kayla's renowned for being able to pick and pop and drain that 3. And
certainly
nice to see her sisters following in her footsteps as well.
Rebound contest set. Queensland pull it down. Babongi again pushing it in transition. Bond just can't finish at the moment. 2-on-1. Clean defense, but Pekovic pulls it down, and now she's fouled.
Great job by Pekovic. Unfortunate there by Queensland North. Just didn't box out and recognise the position of where Pekovic was. But just for Tanea Bond right now, she just needs 1 to fall. You know, she's had some great looks, some great penetration. Maybe perhaps just needs to get her eyes up on the target a little bit earlier and just slow down a little bit, and hopefully the next shot will fall for her.
Back inside to Pekovic. Oh, great pass. Finish just a little off. Babongi again looking to push the pace and mishandling. Pekovic. Here's Portis for 2. First bucket for the skipper. Averaging 8 points, 5 boards so far this tournament, Chelsea Portis. Babongi, step back 3.
Ouch.
Oh, yes.
Ouch. Oh, I was hoping I could say Portis did a really good job defensively there, but again, just letting it go right, and we know that she's great at the step back, so you've always got to have the ability to carry the hand, but right now, Babongi's just having her way.
Oh, fires straight back to South Australia. Both teams shooting the ball at a good clip in this one. Queensland North 60% from 3. SA just above 30. Ooh. Flown out of bounds, SA ball.
A little bit too much mustard or too many Weet-Bix this morning, perhaps, for her pre-game was Francis there. But, you know, a great little passage of play in this last couple of minutes of the second quarter. Both teams had their opportunity. SA probably would have taken the lead had they just knocked down a couple of those buckets, but Queensland North just holding the edge at the moment.
It's been a fun one. Monique Babongi still leading the way with 18 points, but just feel like SA's defence on her, maybe up until that last possession, has been better this period.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's that or whether she just hasn't had the ball in her hands to be able to create. You know, Queensland North focus a lot on having the ball on their right-hand side, which is typical of kids this age. You know, if they're right-hand dominant, the ball's going to spend a lot more time on the right-hand side of the court, and she's found herself on the left. But, you know, she's contributing in other ways. You could nail it down to Portis maybe, but we just saw that step-back three as well. But boy, that girl can play. You know, she is what you call a baller. 18 points already, and we haven't even finished this first half.
And Casey Reel as well, off the bench for South Australia. She's got 9 points in a hurry. She's been fantastic in this one. Yeah,
she has been exceptional. You know, her numbers haven't been huge by any stretch of the imagination. She's a Forrestal junior and, you know, 2-3 player, known for her three-point shooting capabilities as well. So she's actually knocked 3 of 5 down this game. So Queensland North have to be wary of where she is on the court, just as well as SA Metro need to be wary of where Babongi is as well.
Here we go. Queensland North still holding on to that lead. We've had plenty of lead changes in this one. Hodges inside to Salandra. Now Hodges right open from the corner. Jensen. Looking to free up Babongi. Bliss comes with the screen. Babongi finding space. Nice handoff pass. Francis. Bit strong on the three, and ahead of the play here is Hodges. Pass wasn't to her advantage though. She needs some assistance. Finds it in Pekovic. Portis back to Hodges. Running out of time now. SA Metro. Portis will step back. Ahead of the plays, Jensen. Under 90 seconds here remaining in the first half. Babongi struggling to get free. She does. Nice cut. Oh, Coco Hodges just wrestles it out of her hands.
I actually thought Babongi was going to eat Coco Hodges for breakfast there, but it was actually, in fact, she made me eat my words the other way around. A nice another steal. She's done that 3 or 4 times in this first half, being able to be really clever with the length of her arms, is Hodges, and gets him a couple of steals, which is forced into transition, and some points on the board for SA Metro as well.
Another bucket there for Real. SA Metro draw even, 33 apiece. They've got to go here, Queensland North. Don't think they've recognised it. SA Metro again on the fast break. Foul call, Salandra. I believe is heading to the free-throw line.
Yeah, she's quite nice out on the break. Probably could have used her head up in that scenario. She did have her captain in Portis just ahead of the ball, but either way, she's got herself to the foul line yet again.
So Salandra, and this is on that occasion, but Salandra and Real accounting for 18 of South Australia's points. Both of them off the bench. Nails the second. SA retake the lead. Fraser. And she's drawn the foul, Claire Fraser. Had a good first half as well for Queensland.
Ooh, maybe perhaps a little bit unlucky, or even in fact, you know, Georgina Salandra just came across at the end with her arms, which just forced the hand or the whistle of the referees there to call a foul. But you know, I want to see what SA Metro are going to do in this last 18 seconds, and whether Queensland North go into a bit of a full court here or play a press off the make.
Fraser into double digits now. Portis. Bond slowing her up. 8 seconds to work with. Pekovic with the screen. Hands it off to Hodges. She puts up the floater. That'll do it. All tied up here at the half. Queensland North, SA Metro, 34 apiece. It's been a fun opening 20 minutes of basketball, Jenny.
Yeah, it really has. You couldn't have asked for a better display of 14 and 15-year-old basketball. We've had some great shooting clips from both teams, you know, from beyond the arc. Queensland North especially shooting 5 of 9 at 55% is pretty epic at the late stages of this tournament, considering fatigue would be a huge factor. SA Metro, you know, their backs were against the wall in that first quarter, but credit to them, they're playing with 9 players too. Gardner hasn't hit the court, and so there's obviously something really wrong with her. She must have hurt herself yesterday in the game, or has just come up, you know, just not good enough or 100% for this game. So I'm really proud of Salandra and Real being able to step up off the bench and contribute what is 19 points to the scoreline of that 34 of SA Metro.
Yeah, big time. That 19-point combination, 5 steals as well for Salandra. So she's been unbelievable. And the fast break points as well for South Australia. Just looking at that, they've got 11 of their points off the fast break, and that really does pass the eye test. They've been pushing the pace, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's all stemmed off their defence. They're getting hands in lanes, they're being disruptive. Queensland could probably do a better job in looking after the ball. 15 turnovers is a bit too many at this kind of level of basketball, and some of them have been sloppy, to be honest. They're not like the ones where you're a bit more forgiving as a coach. But so what I've loved also about SA Metro is that off those 15 turnovers, they've scored 18 points. So if you think about that, Queensland North, it's a tie ball game. If they can, you know, protect the rock in the second half and look after the ball a little bit more, you might see them start to creep ahead a little bit. But credit to SA Metro, they've done a really good job in that first half.
It's been a game of contrasting styles, but we're all tied up here, 34 apiece. Bronze medal game, Queensland North and SA Metro. We'll catch you in about 5 minutes to bring you the second half of this one.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
We all seek different in our own ways, because different reflects who you are, who you want to be, and nowhere lets you be who you are and find what you seek like the Northern Territory. So if you seek different, this is the holiday for you. The Northern Territory, different in every sense.
Turner, who works the baseline against Russell. Back the other way. Leilani Mitchell, step back turn.
I just think what could have been if she had have been in the contest in overtime.
She's playing with a fierce determination.
and welcome back to the second half of this one. Queensland North and SA Metro all tied up here in the bronze medal game. Liam Ellison joined alongside me by former Opal Jenny Screen. It's been a lot of fun here in the first half. Jenny, how have you seen it so far?
Tight. I can't call it either way. You know, I thought Queensland North were on top in that first quarter, and then SA Metro just found their run, especially in that second quarter, and that came off the back of their defensive intensity. They've got 11 steals to 1 for the game, which is really great. And obviously, we spoke about it at the end of the second quarter. Fast break points 11, which is really nice. And excitingly as well, is that 19 points off the bench, which is a real credit to the likes of Salandra and Reel, who have come in and just stepped up in the absence of Gardner. Queensland, on the other hand, well, it's been all Babongi. She's dominating, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and you know, it's up to SA Metro who's going to be able to shut her down. I would like to see some other contributors, though. That's probably the only difference between both teams, is who else is going to step up apart from number 9 from Queensland North in Monique Babongi.
Yeah, she's got the full package, driving inside to the hoop. Such athleticism, but the step back 3 as well. So impressive to have that in her bag at this age.
Yeah, I mean, we know how good she is on her right hand and loves that right hand penetration, but yet also her strength and ability to lock down or knock down that long range 3 is pretty huge. To step back at her age at 15 and be consistent with it is absolutely exceptional. And, you know, I'm intrigued to see what else she can add to her skill set in the years to come.
Pretty good defensively as well. Babongi, some of those steals coming up on the screen, and there is pulling up.
And that's the nice thing, and that's what you want to see of a girl her age, is the ability to have that two-way game. She's not just an offensive player, she's a defensive player as well. And so from a selection point of view, if she stays in the game and wants to represent her country at some point in her career, that's really good from a coaching point of view that she's able to do that.
And here's a highlight right now. How about that? Tapped it out, kept it in. Babongi putting on a show. Queensland North with the first bucket here. We spoke about briefly at the break, Jenny, it's been a game of contrasting styles. Doubling the rebound count, Queensland North. 26 rebounds to South Australia's 13. But it's been the fast break points and 11 steals to just 1. So wonder which way this is going to go. The bully ball, if you like, inside from the Queenslanders with a fast-paced running from South Australia. Bliss. Hodges back out to Portis, into Pekovic. Great cut and finish there. So Bond, who was yet to score in that first half, averaging 14 points per game on the tournament. Watch to see her get involved in the second half. Out to Francis, we know she can hit these. Nice use of the arm, create the space. Crafty.
Yeah. Really good considering her size. Grieger, you know, she needed to veer in there and get separation from the Queensland defense and did a really good job to get the 2 points.
Hodges denying Babongi. Cross court, Fraser. Pekovic pulls it down. Salandra now ahead. Grieger again. Pumping. Salandra with the O-board. And she's fouled.
She's starting, you know, where she left off in that first half. She was exceptional off the bench with her 10 points. A couple of rebounds now to her name as well. But I also like that she's got 5 steals for SA Metro.
Salandra extending her tally up to 11. Also reflected in the plus-minus column, Jenny, as well. She's got a plus-minus of 11.
Yeah, she has been a telling factor for them, especially in that first first quarter when the writing was on the wall. They were down by 9, and she pretty much put the team on her back, and both defensively and offensively, and it's a credit to her, really, that they're in the position they are right now.
Riga inbounds to Hodges. Pekovic with the screen, thought about the 3 ball. Shot clock, running out of time. Pekovic, got to go, flips it up and in.
I like it. I like it that she went, no, I'm going to take this. This is my shot. She could hear her teammates counting down the shot clock, and she just took it upon herself to make something happen.
Desperately trying to keep it in. Last touch, SA. The biggest lead of the game now, South Australia. Plenty of lead changes in this one. Hodges, looks like she's been fouled. So SA come up with the stop.
Yeah, a little bit of an offensive foul there, perhaps on the cut, or there might have been some screening. Not much in that at all from Claire Fraser. Probably a little bit innocuous and probably just a falling over from Hodges, but nonetheless, SA Metro will take it, and now got another opportunity here on the offensive set.
Griga, she draws the foul.
She's known for her ability to shoot the 3 ball, but nice to see the pint size or the pocket rocket of Sienna Griga getting herself to the foul line as well. She does drain the 3 at around 39%. Wasn't that great in the semi-final, probably by her own standards, if I'm being honest, but nice to see her with her contributions today. She's been pretty solid. She's got 8 points already to her name.
14.5 points per game in the tournament. And she goes 2 of 2 there. South Australia, nice start to this second half. Kimber Bongi helped provide a response for Queensland. Francis, timely 3 ball.
I think she's letting out a sigh of relief on that one. She'd gone 2 air balls prior to that and really needed that one to fall for Queensland North, and that's now their 5th bucket. Or 5th point, I should say, for the third quarter.
Hodges swings it round baseline. Griga pulls up from the elbow. And Pekovic, in fact, does come up with the O-board. Nice play. Inside to Hodges. South Australia Metro on fire here to start the third.
They are. It was pretty interesting before. I don't know if they're going to be in it now, but last play before, they're in a box and 1. So they're playing up on Babongi's. We see her step back here for a long range 3, but they're in a box and 1. So they're defending Babongi, face guarding her, and they're just, the other 4 players are set up in a zone, which is a really interesting tactic. I don't mind it. It's a really good call from the coaching staff of SA Metro just to try and limit the impact of the player that is Monique.
Salandra with a bit of defensive desperation there. Queensland retained possession though. And Bond can just take her time here, fire the 3, no good. Portis pulls it down. Over to Griga, back inside to Salandra.
Oh, all day, girlfriend, all day. She's having the game of the tournament is Salandra right now for SA Metro. Really crafty on that left-hand side.
Now the leading scorer for South Australia with 13. They lead by 8. It's been a 13-5 quarter so far for them.
Lucky call there for Queensland North. Actually thought it came out on Monique Babongi as we see Constantopoulos check back in. And Eva Petkovic getting a really well-earned rest. She had some great minutes there, really good on the glass, presented well in the low block. So deserved rest for her.
Inboard to Bliss. She's been active today. 9 rebounds in the game for Bliss. But Bongi had to fire. Shot clock expiring, excuse me.
Yeah, you've got to give it to Lynn Holland at the moment. The box and one with Coco Hodges defending or face guarding. Monique Babongi is playing into the hands of SA Metro, and a huge reason why they hold an 8-point lead at the moment.
Portis hands it off to Konstantinopoulos. Is Grieger has been fantastic. Konstantinopoulos fouled. Believe she was beyond the arc when she shot that one. 3 shots coming up.
Yeah, I mean, she milked it for all it was, but yeah, Sage Evans did come through and really took her out a little bit there on the right-hand side of her body, Konstantinopoulos. Nice to see that she can sub in so quickly and have an effect.
Short on the first. Only played the 9 minutes so far in this one, Konstantinopoulos. 9.6 boards on the tournament.
And sometimes that'll happen, you know, when she did start, and she has started consistently this tournament for SA Metro, but when sometimes someone off the bench like Salandra comes in and does such a job, you just have to, you know, earn your time back, and she'll take, no doubt, this relish this opportunity, but huge missed opportunity there, missing all 3 foul shots.
Real blow for SA. Chance to make it a double-digit ball game. Evans, way left. Portis, SA on the fast break. Grieger maybe over-possessing the ball here. South Australia probably could have added 5 points to their total the last few trips down the floor. Can Queensland make him pay? Babongi. Long 2 for Babongi, automatic.
Tough. Good D, I thought, you know, to be able to make her pick up her dribble the foul line, but just really good footwork. Continued to keep her eyes on the rim and found a way to elevate for a shot.
Portis and Konstantinopoulos fouled. That'll be on Evans.
Yeah, I like the battle between these two, you know, very strong, robust under-16 girls, and you know, the physicality between them is really good.
So chance to make up somewhat for the last misses. Just bobbles out.
There's not much fluency in her shot. There's quite a bit of jerking going on. She brings it up to a shot pocket nicely, but then almost has this double dip that goes on and flicks it almost too far out the back of her fingers, something that she'll need to work on, no doubt, as she progresses.
Fraser. And picking it off nicely is South Australia. Salandra. Out to Portis. Now Konstantinopoulos. Floater goes for her first bucket.
And I think she'd rather that than getting fouled and going to the foul line at the moment, considering she's missed 5 in a row. But a necessary bucket for SA Metro.
Back to 8 points the margin. Inside to Fraser. She's got Bliss there. Bliss draws the foul.
Bliss has been great, you know, she's been the shining light for me for Queensland North. Throughout the entirety of this game, you know, her effectiveness, she's got plus minus of 10, considering most all in her team are actually in the negatives right now, obviously given that they're down. But apart from that, what I really like, she's got 11 boards. She got 4 offensive, which is really, really good, allowing her teammates the second chance opportunities, which is really important considering you're down by this much.
Just off in the second, Konstantinopoulos. So last touched in the end by South Australia. Just couldn't corral it. Queensland ball.
Again, you can see them staying in this box. Set is SA, and then face guarding Babongi as Konstantinopoulos just seems to hit the deck a little bit hard there.
Had a rough go at it the last couple of minutes. Konstantinopoulos. Her team, though, having a brilliant third period. Into Fraser. Salandra did really well. Another defensive stop for her. Steal number 6. Salandra turning defense into offense, and one play.
Really good on that left-hand side. Love that she held the ball above her head, saw their mismatch and the advantage going her way, and then ripped hard. Nothing fancy, no Euro stepping, no spin moves, just a nice, strong, hard penetration at the rim. I hope they know that she's left-handed, though, and, you know, on the scout, I'm sure it would be force her right rather than left.
Portis comes up with the O-board, back to Salandra. Portis driving baseline, big block, Babongi. How about that for a play? Queensland needs something. They trail by 10 now. 2.5 minutes out from the fourth period. Babongi, does she have a big moment left? Big cross-court pass to Jensen. Five seconds to work with. Bond's got to go. Hands it out to Fraser. Shot clock expiring. So South Australia, another stop. It's been a 17-7 period so far for them.
Huge third quarter, and, you know, the cliche rings true here. You know, championships are won in the third quarter, and SA Metro are doing everything right now. The challenge is for Queensland North, and a lot of the times these bronze medal games are really hard. You've come off a semi-final loss. You're probably deflated and just energy's lacking and wanting a little bit. But these games normally come down to not who's the most skilled or anything like that. It's the team that just wants it the most. And right now, for me, SA Metro seems to be that team.
Here's Portis, just the 2 points to her name, but she's been crucial today for her team, the captain. 3 assists, 5 rebounds. 3 balls, South Australia. The bench is up.
And that hurts because Queensland North just dropped back into a 2-3 zone there, trying to change it up and get something different happening on the defensive end because they couldn't contain them in the normal half-court defensive set. But to drain a 3 when you go to a zone, that's just got to hurt the ticker.
Plenty of time left in this ball game, but the way this one's going at the moment, Queensland need an answer and they need it quick.
Yeah, they're just getting a little bit flustered by that box and one. They just need to follow the same principles. Get some ball movement, get some pick and roll action, get some cutting, make the box zone, if you will, move a little bit. And this is a good way to start, you know, creating a turnover against SA Metro. And hopefully in this last minute and a half, they can start to pull back that deficit.
Jensen hands it off to Babongi. Johnson in the ball game. Picked off. Luckily for Queensland, though, falls out of bounds. Bond hands it over to Fraser. And Bond can put it back up and in. Breakdown, really, for South Australia. Constantopoulos over to Hodges. Into Constantopoulos. Draws contact, and she's headed back to the charity stripe where she has had her struggles today.
Nice solid back to basket move there against Claire Fraser. Another big body for Queensland North. Now her chance for Constantopoulos just to get herself on the scoreboard here. Take a deep breath, back herself a little bit. You know, some people always just seem to struggle from the foul line, but, you know, she hasn't shown that across the board in terms of her stat line for the tournament. So, you know, here's another opportunity. The last thing you don't want, though, they're now 7 of 18 from the foul line. You think of those foul shots that are missing. If it comes down to the crunch in the fourth quarter and it's a close one, they're the opportunities that you're probably ruining. And as Constantopoulos drains now 1 of 7, I think, from the foul line, but a much-needed one, and hopefully gives her a boost of confidence.
South Australia lead by 12. Could be more, really. Great confidence booster, as you said, Jenny, for Constantopoulos to see one fall through. Fraser floats it up and missing. Johnson pulls it down. 30 seconds to work with. Babongi trying to lift her team. Bond now, another opportunity. Babongi making it happen.
Great job there. Babongi might have finished with the points, but for me, the shout-out goes to Tanea Bond there. Really big on the offensive glass. She's got 4 offensive rebounds and 7 to her name. So she may not be contributing on the point statistics as SA Metro doing what they do well, draining another 3. But Tanea Bond being able to contribute in other ways for Queensland North.
Casey Reel has tapped out of bounds. That'll do it. Casey Reel has been unbelievable in this game for South Australia. Now up to 17 points off the bench, and SA Metro have got 32 bench points, both from Salandra, and Reel.
You couldn't ask for a better need or desire for that from your bench players. To have that, considering they're down a player already, and Gardner is pretty huge, so credit to those girls. We know that Reel is known. She's also a bottom major. So you've got Hodges and Reel who are getting huge opportunity in a bronze medal game at the Nationals to play the way they are. You know, Reel's another Forrestal junior, pint size, but also known for her ability to shoot the 3 ball as well. So way to step up when it counts in such a big game.
Just the 3.5 points per game so far this tournament, Reel. So yes, stepping up when it counts here in the bronze medal match. There's that step back too from Babongi, and we know how good she's been. 24 points she's up to now. Slowed down in some of the other columns, 7 boards and 4 assists, most of which came in that first period. Only player in double digits though for Queensland North.
And that's the big thing when you compare the teams, and what they're lacking is the contributions from other teammates. You know, we know Fraser is down on her scoring. We know that Bond is down on her scoring, but they've relied heavily on those 3 girls the entire tournament. But we need some others to be able to step up as well. Can Jensen step up? You know, Francis hasn't been too bad. I still think she can contribute a little bit more, but also their bench, they need to inject something, and something very, very soon. Yeah, zero
bench points for Queensland North. SA Metro, their guard play has been fantastic as well. Handling the ball remarkably well, just the 8 turnovers and 25 points off turnovers, so they're forcing errors from Queensland. Yeah, and that's what obviously we spoke about stemming from their defense, but that's sensational. That's probably the lowest, I think, in any game, boys or girls, in terms of 8 turnovers for a game at the end of 3 quarters. So credit to them, considering last night in the semi-final they had 29 turnovers for the game. Big turnaround there in that column. Queensland trailed by 13 after it was all tied up at half-time. They'll need a big period here. They've got the tools to do it. Johnson, perfect start. Johnson's done that a couple of times throughout the tournament. That's probably her range, that 12-foot, just stepping back, that short corner, just outside the keyway. And we'd love to see her dominate the glass in this last quarter as well. Francis did well. Just forcing it in the air. Now a 2-on-1 situation. Porter's hands it back over. That'll be last touch by SA. Just got a hand in, maybe when she didn't need to. So lucky there, you know, just sloppy offense leading to their 20th turnover is Queensland North on that last play. They did such a great job to force the turnover for SA, but then they're just not, you know, taking or seizing those opportunities either on the offensive end. Johnson. Right idea. She saw Tanea Bond open and slipping behind the baseline of that box and 1 zone. Straight into Johnson. She'll fire off the bat. So close. Coco Hodges now from behind the backboard. Pekovic with the O-board and the putback. And that's what Queensland North can't have, is those second possessions, second opportunities, those offensive rebounds. You know, they only have 8 for the game, but when you're down by the deficit of 13 points, they're the opportunities that you don't want to give SA Metro. Claire Fraser drawing the foul. Looks to be on Pekovic. Fraser misses on the second. Salandra pulls it down. Hodges inside to Pekovic. He's running the floor well. Just missed there. Rebounder. Corner 3 ball. Francis follows it in nicely. Just couldn't handle it. Hodges, Rebounder ahead of her. She'll kick it back out. No reason to rush things if you're South Australia.
I still feel like Queensland North are in this game. You know, they're down by 12, double digits. Always seems mentally and on the psyche so much more hard work, especially when you've only got 7 minutes to play. But they're still in this. A 3 ball here. That would have been nice on cue. A couple of stops, and they're just back in this game. And then the pressure goes back on SA Metro if they can just get it under 10 points.
Inside, good defense from Francis. Oh, she's just picked it off and put it back up and in. That hurts if you're Queensland. In fact, it's a timeout on the floor. Have another look at it. Ouch.
Yeah, it is, and who's doing the hard work and putting SA Metro in this winning chance? It's Salandra again, but Queensland North, that's probably been the story of the game. You know, they're winning the rebound count. They're dominating that. It's 43-29, or 28 rather, but it's just the turnovers. They got 21 turnovers, and you can't do that when a team like SA are just making you pay, and their points off turnovers are 25. Pretty much the telling story.
Taken to town there. 17 points for both Salandra and Real now, and steal number 6 for Salandra. So it's been those two off the bench who are shooting a combined 65% from the field, wreaking havoc on defense. Story of the game so far has been those two off the pike. In Queensland, what can they do to swing this narrative? Rebounder with 24. I think Hodges has done a pretty good job kind of denying her from getting the volume of looks that she had maybe in the first period.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, considering Rebounder had 20 or 18 at the half, or thereabouts. I think she had 18. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, that's a great job. To be able to hold someone of her caliber to 6 points in just under, 13 minutes of basketball in the second half is huge.
10 of 15 from the field as well. Rebounder, 4 3 balls. Bond. Straight down the middle. Floater, no good. Inside to Pekovic. Oh, hands it straight back. Great cut. Casey Real is on fire. $19 points now for Real. Rebounder. Fallen into the lap of Johnson. She did well. Finish wasn't there, though. SA run the lanes beautifully.
And it's just becoming pretty much like a training drill on the offensive transition side, getting the defensive rebounds, getting the stops or the steals, RSA Metro, and then just being able to push the ball. But a much-needed basket there by Claire Fraser here, just to put her points up to 13 for the game. But Queensland North now have to really be up and in, really be disruptive. They've got no team fouls. They can probably take a chance and a gamble on the physicality of this game if they want to have any chance of crawling back into this one.
Salandra with the block there. Hodges over to Real, who's been magnificent. Pekovic comes with the screen. Bliss does really well, picks it off. A rare steal for the Queenslanders and another costly turnover.
What do they call? A double dribble or a travel? Or a back court? I don't know. I didn't see anything there. Untoward. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure either. Portis. South Australia in complete control. Real. That'll be a foul on Real. Queensland need to go on a run here. Bond. Fraser. There's the shot they're looking for. Bond from the corner.
Nice.
Queensland with the triple.
And that was good, simple basketball, nothing fancy, just penetration, kick, and then the extra fine from Jensen to Bond in the corner allowed that nice three ball.
Bond gambling on the steal. Will they make him pay? Inside to Hodges. Blocked, in fact, fouled by Babongi.
Babongi just losing sight of Coco there as she cut back door on her. Probably got out of jail just a little bit, did Coco Hodges, as I thought that was pretty clean from Queensland North. But a well-earned break for Georgina Salandra now as she takes a seat in this 5th minute mark of the 4th quarter.
Hodges up to 8 points. Been magnificent defensively for South Australia.
Huge responsibility to be told, you know, by your head coach, you're going to go on, kid, you're going to start, you're a bottom major, and by the way, we're going to put you on probably one of the best players of the tournament. So good luck there. And I think she's stepped up to the plate and done a really, really good job.
Same spot, same result for Bond. Queensland remain in touch. They'll need to stop here. Inside, Pekovic flips it back out. Portis gets tangled up with Fraser. Jump ball.
Oh, possession arrow. Lucky for SA Metro there. A stop here. Got a reset. But a stop here for Queensland North. And then transferring that into a score is going to put it under 10 points. So let's see if they can get a stop here.
Grieger back out there for South Australia. From the free throw line, Jensen front position. Falls back out to South Australia. Hodges, Grieger for three.
Huge rebound there from Claire Fraser. But then, unfortunately, giving it up.
Unforced error, really. Inside to Pekovic, and Bliss just walled up, causing the error. Bond, that's a tough finish and fails to convert. Grieger slows it up. South Australia back to that starting 5. Salandra and Real, the 2 stars in this one, both on the bench. Konstantinopoulos from the elbow. Hodges with the O-board. How about the game of Coco Hodges? Fraser. And Konstantinopoulos has drawn the foul. Charging call. Looks like she may have copped one in the neck even.
She seems like she's a strong kid and will be able to take a few bumps here and there. Interesting call, though, considering Claire Fraser was going into from a right foot to a left foot, almost into a Euro step, which means she's going sideways. So an interesting call, brave call there from the referees. But now 3:35 left on the clock. Queensland North coaching staff really have to throw something at SA here. You've got to get crafty on the defensive thing. You've got nothing to lose, so you might as well see what you're made of. Challenge SA a little bit here. It may not pay off, but it also may pay off, and now's the time they've got to make a run.
Just the 5 steals as a team, Queensland North. Forced SA Metro into just 11 turnovers, so really haven't been able to put too much pressure on their ball handlers. They may need to call upon that in these last couple of minutes. Casey Real, 19 points for South Australia Metro.
She'll want to put that on a reel somewhere and have it at home in the DV or the hard drive space somewhere. She's really had a come of age, and probably the best game I've seen her play all tournament. And again, as a bottom major, this opportunity only will hold her in good stead for the years to come, and potentially, if through hard work she continues and makes the team next year for 2022.
Well, Babongi hasn't had too much of the possession this quarter, really. The box and one has been working fabulously. What can they do to maybe get her open? Because if they are going to pull out, you know, a 9-0 run, it feels like she's probably going to have to provide a step-back three here or there. They probably need to get her involved.
Yeah, I mean, look, you want to run her off screens. If Coco, nice little, as we talk about, case in point, Monique Bongi with another steal and an offensive rebound.
Here she is, on cue. She's going to have to get it out of there. Jensen, 6 seconds to work with. Bliss. There's the 3 ball they're looking for. Queensland, shot clock violation, didn't hit the rim.
Great shot. Great job here by Bond. Oh, and another opportunity for them to go with a reset and 14 seconds on the clock. But in terms of your question before, Liam, they need to, like, if they're denying her and Coco's doing a great job, they've got to run her off some back screens, some down screens, just to try and make Coco work. But you also, you know, it doesn't have to be about Monique Babongi. Get the ball into some other people's hands, play 4-on-4, spread the floor, use your penetration and your other skill sets from your other players, like there, from Bliss, who just can't make the shot fall, and get your points that way as well. But for me, it's also their defense. They've got to ram it up here, and you can see they're in a full court kind of man here.
Can they force a steal, Queensland? SA pick their way through it. Hodges. Not in a huge rush here, South Australia. Grieger. Hodges drives to her left, flips it back up on the right. Great finish.
She's got game. She's got real game. You know, when you think of the 3 players that are coming into top age next year, SA Metro are going to be a tough team to beat in 2022.
Bond. Another 3 ball.
3 from the same spot. Really huge quarter for her.
Nearly came up with the turnover they needed. 11 points the margin. Stop here would be required. Hodges with 13 points has been unbelievable. Pekovic rewards Portis with the cut, and she misses. Follows her own miss. Pekovic from the free-throw line. The whistle's blown. It's got to stay with South Australia.
And again, that's the untelling sale. You know, the shot goes up, people aren't boxing out and making contact with the SA Metro girls and players on the offensive boards, and they just giving them second opportunities. And right now, SA Metro just playing too good to be able to be given that.
Hodges to inbound. Konstantinopoulos. Grieger's been fantastic today as well. Shot clock winding down. Hodges, great cut, great finish. Plays above her size, Coco Hodges, up to 15 now. Done it on both ends of the floor. Into Francis. Turnover. SA Metro in complete control now.
They are indeed, and you've got to take the hat off to their 3 bottom majors. They've pretty much run the show and led them to victory here today, have they, for SA Metro. Pretty much the same story for SA Country. You know, they've got 8 bottom majors about to go up against Queensland South this afternoon for the gold medal. And it's a shout out for all the young kids, the 2007 borns from the South Australian cohorts.
2007, that makes me feel old, Jenny.
It makes you feel old, mate. Hang up, hang up.
Pekovic follows her own miss. Hodges, this would cap off a mighty afternoon.
Down.
What a game from Hodges. Bottom major off the bench, no Hannah Gardiner, and she has been simply unbelievable.
She's been my MVP, considering what she's done offensively, but then to also be given the task of locking down Monique Babongi, especially in this second half. They've only gone to the box and won since the 3rd quarter. Today, I'm going to, you know, say that she's been my MVP.
Bond, Francis had a few triples today. Can't add another there. Under a minute to go. Gardner, as we spoke about just before, such a massive player for SA Metro in this tournament. 16 points, 7 boards a night. That's what they were missing going into this game. Bronze medal game, all to play for. And it's been the likes of Salandra, Hodges and Reel who've stepped up. Just dribbled off the foot. Salandra, though, falls out to her. And they'll take some time off the clock now, South Australia. Gariga for 3. Salandra with the O-board, and there's been a few of them today. Number 17, in fact, in the game on the offensive glass.
And again, we've seen this too much on the highlight reel. The Queensland North girls not doing a good job of finding a body when the shot's going up, which just has meant that players like Georgina Salandra have been able to crash the boards all day and get themselves to the foul line or get second chance opportunities. 16-0 boards for SA Metro today. Pretty good.
Couldn't convert there for Salandra. Bond has fought hard all game long. As has Babongi, who was simply scintillating in the first half, but has been quietened down here in the second. Has she got one last trick for us here in this tournament, Monique Babongi? Francis hands it off. She's got a fire. And that will do it. One more bucket. No, there's not. South Australia Metro win the bronze medal here at the Under-16 Nationals, 76-60, and look at them celebrate. What a team performance, Jenny.
It was indeed, and it pays tribute to the bench today. For me, they were just sensational. Also led, I think, by Coco Hodges, the bottom ager, who is absolutely amazing, both offensively and defensively. And credit to Lynn Holland to throw in that box and one in the second half. I think it really, really threw Queensland North. They just didn't know how to adjust, and too many turnovers, too many second chance opportunities for SA Metro. And congratulations, they came away with the bronze at the Under-16 Championships in Darwin.
36 bench points for South Australia. Well, they played, in fact, an 8-man rotation. Wilson played 5 minutes, but in essence, it was a 7-player rotation. Salandra and Casey Reel combined for 36. Reel had 19, Salandra had 17, and 6 steals as well for Salandra. So just remarkable what they provided off the pint.
Yeah, really crafty is Salandra, especially with that cheeky left hand of hers. I mean, as she goes up in these ranks, she'll be scouted in terms of what she's capable of. She loves the left-hand drive, but she's really sneaky defensively as well. She can get deflections, and but at the same time, she's able to pass out of the post. She uses her length on the defensive end. She's able to block shots and deter shots even, but I love the way she runs the floor as well. And you know, we cannot forget, we've already spoken about, but Coco Hodges, she was absolutely sensational. But there were good things from Queensland North. They had a great first half. You know, it was 34 apiece, and like we said, it was just that box and one, and they just didn't know how to adjust. But I think the better team today, on the day, has come away with as the victors.
30 points off turnovers for the South Australian Metro. 17 came by way of the fast break. 22 dimes as well as a team, so really moved the ball well. They caused Queensland a lot of trouble looking after the ball. They had 25 turnovers. Meanwhile, South Australia just 13. So looked after the ball, and despite in fact, the rebounding count 50-44 in the end. So they really cleaned that up in the second half as well, Jenny. But there you go, South Australia Metro come away with the bronze medal, 16-point victory over Queensland North. It's been Liam Ellison and Jenny Screen, and we will see you in about 10 minutes' time for the second bronze medal game. It's the boys coming up very soon. We'll catch you then.